Hey guys, Rick Shaw here. I wanted to tell you about that charger I got off of Temu. It's down in the car. I'm not going to go down and get it now, but tried it. Uh, it's fast. For the compressor on it is really quick. It came 3/4 charged, and the little one that I have that I use for the motorcycle to pump the bicycle tire, which takes 60 pounds. It took about 2 minutes to get it up to 60 pounds. This thing didn't even take 30 seconds, and it just pumped it right up. No problem at all. And they shut themselves off. The new ones, it's not like the old ones where you got to fill it up and then check. This one, you set it that you want 60 pounds, and then it's got bar and all these other metric and all this kind of stuff. And you set it to that, and it shuts itself off. So it worked pretty good. Well, when I was all done doing that, it was still at 3/4. It didn't really use much power, and it's light. It's a lightweight one. The new batteries are light now. But when I was charging it with my regular C-type phone charger, that's what it takes. The cord got hot. The battery didn't get hot, but the cord got real hot. I thought, no, I'm not gonna charge it with that cord. Well, my cords from Temu came. This one here, it's got the iPhone one, and then if you pull this off, it's got the C-type, which is the one that worked on that. It didn't get hot at all. It charged it up to 100% pretty quickly because I got it says it takes a 5 amp charger, so I charged it with that. I have a higher one, but I didn't. It says right in the instructions, 5 amp, and then you have to read the instructions on these things because to set the tire pressures, you gotta know. You gotta do their little punch this button and hold this one and click it 3 times to get it to change to PSI. So I got that. I can't really try the charger feature of it because I don't have anything that's dead. The bike battery's okay, so I don't have. If I do get a chance to try that out, I'll let you guys know. But it's not real heavy. It's not real big, and it seems to work good. It looks like it's well made. And these cords too. I really like this. I like this cord. It seems to be pretty good. But the bad thing about this cord, it's kind of fat on the end, so it will not charge my iPhone with the case on it. My protective case. You have to take the case off to charge it, and that's kind of a bummer. But that's the way that goes. But we had my sweetie's birthday today, and we went up to I believe this place is called Fuji's. It's like a buffet place, and it's really good. It's out on Snow Road, past State Road from here, and it's one of our favorite places to go, and it's not super expensive. I don't take the kids there too often because they just want to get the fried stuff. They don't want to grab any of the good food, but just fantastic food. I love to go over there, especially their salad bar. I love their salad bar they got in there. So we had our little birthday outing for her, and she's a little bit under the weather right now. We've got she's been the last couple days that she hasn't been feeling too hot. And today she wasn't the best, but we had a really good dinner out, and then we had to pick my daughter up from school. She had her crochet class. She's crocheting. Her teacher had a new baby, and she's making a baby blanket for him, which is pretty sweet. That's pretty cute. And we got a call from the school today. We left. We got up the road. Face it, I forgot my phone. What if the school calls? Oh boy, okay. They're probably not going to call. But I turned around and she grabbed her phone, and sure enough, the school did call. The last time they called, Maddie fell down in the mud, and we had to bring him clothes. I mean, he was just covered in mud. This time they called up to give they're giving an award to Mumu. I guess just for being a super good kid. I didn't really hear it all. I heard some of it while we were driving, and that was pretty cool. But the car, I changed the time on it, And after I changed the time, I got into the menu and I found the time thing. And then trying to go back to get the Sirius XM radio to come back on, it took about half an hour. You have to pull out the book. It just wouldn't go back to the Sirius XM. It would just go to the radio. So a lot of buttons you got to push and a lot of stuff. There's no Sirius XM button on there. There's the OnStar button, which that goes right to OnStar if you hit that button, or if you're in an accident, it automatically goes to OnStar. But we finally figured it out, and then once we got to Sirius XM, I was like, I lost my map. Well, I can't. Well, we were driving, and I wanted the map on. Well, Faye figured it out, and she was able to hit the button and get the map to turn back on, because that way I can see the road. Some of these road signs around this area are they're not big, or you don't know where they're at, so you can't see them. So it's really nice to have that on the car so that you can see the road that you're coming up on. And it's just a pretty cool thing. It's pretty super. All the features on that. But somebody bumped into her back bumper when we were at the store. We went up. I bought a chuck roast, and we bought a little bit more food today, and somebody ran something into the back of it, and I was like, oh, look at that. But I did take it on the way home. We stopped at the car wash, and I had to do the underspray to get all the salt out again. And I want to make sure in the summer I'm going to have to go somewhere that somebody has a garden hose. I want to get up underneath and really wash that out. I'd hate to see this thing rust. It was garage kept, from what I understand, from the previous owners. They didn't really run it in the salt. It was a retired couple. And just a super nice car. And I hate the idea that somebody banged into it already. That's a real bummer. But what are you going to do? I'm glad it wasn't on the sheet metal. It's on the bumper, which is plastic, and it's not that big of a deal. So they didn't get the sheet metal. But and we stopped on the way home instead of Faye. She didn't feel like cooking, so we got a pizza. That's what the kids are having for dinner, pizza, and then we got some ice cream, because it's kind of like Faye's birthday today, and then on the 19th is Maddie's birthday, so we kind of had a dual birthday party today. Maddie got that little, it's called a hoverboard. It's like the two wheels things, and you stand on it, and you just lean forward, or you lean with one foot, makes it turn, and boy, he really got the hang of that thing, riding it around the apartment. He's gone up to get the mail 2 or 3 times on it, and he buzzes around pretty good. I think it does the maximum speed is 12 miles an hour, but we got it from Ollie's, and the dang battery on it's holding up real good. I mean, and he picked up on how to ride it real quick, so that was his birthday present. He's pretty happy with that. We'll probably on his birthday get him cake and ice cream yet. I'm not sure. But we got to go down pretty soon here. We got our temporary plate. I called up the dealer because I said, are they going to send me Ohio State registration? And I'm glad I called him, because he said, no, they don't do that. You have to take the certificate of title to the DMV, and then you give that to them, and then you can buy your plates. And the thing that gets me is the plates are like $15, $20 cheaper for the car than they are the motorcycle. I guess they figured motorcycle's a luxury, but they're cheaper. So, hey, buddy. Hello. It's my little Maddie over there. But yeah, we had to pick my daughter up at school, and she was on the other side of the school. So we were driving around looking for her. We didn't know we had to go out onto the street to get to the other side. The way this school she goes to, the way they have you driving through, it's like one ways, and you have to go all the way down to the end to be able to turn around. And that was when we got to the end, and I had to do a U-turn. I didn't think the car was going to make it, but I was really surprised at how well it turned. I mean, that dang thing turns really well. I didn't have to do a Y-turn or anything. I came out of the stop sign, and I just did a big circle turn back into the drive, and pretty happy about that. The thing steers really good. The thing that really bugs me over there, you look at all those houses, they're all, $350 to $500,000 houses. These people are paying $8,000-9,000 a year for taxes, and their roads are crap. I mean, I couldn't believe it back in by the school where she goes. It's just the roads are atrocious. If I were the people living there, I mean, what are you doing with our tax money? Fix the stupid roads. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But that's something we didn't see a whole lot of that. Not as bad, I don't think, in the Philippines as we do here. And some of the roads are fixing, like this road we live on, Sheldon. They got that smooth as can be. That's like glass now. They worked on that from when we got here most of the summer. We couldn't take it. We had to detour around. And they did a really good job on that road. But these roads in the neighborhood, I mean, huge potholes. It's just ridiculous. You got to zig and zag just to try to keep from hitting these potholes. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to be replacing struts. That's how bad it is. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Or with these baloney skin tires I got, you don't want them to take a hard hit. It'll screw the rim up. I've seen that. I've seen a guy one time. We were coming down the road, and I stopped and gave him a lift because his car was broke, and he didn't have a spare. That's my buddy.
Hello.
He didn't have a spare, but when I looked at his rim, he hit a pothole, and it broke the rim. I mean, he had the baloney skin tires like this one's got. I think he had 22s on his, and I mean, it was broke. And I was thinking, man, that's going to cost him about $500. Well, the tire too, because the sidewall of the tire was cut. And they don't. A lot of these cars, they don't give you a spare. And then he couldn't get where it was at. He couldn't get a jack underneath, so he just said, just give me a ride up here. My buddy works at the gas station. I'll get him to tow it in. Yeah, okay, I'll give you a lift, buddy. But it's just a bummer the way the roads are around here. I just can't believe how bad, as much as the taxes are, the property taxes, and they don't want to fix the roads around here. And I didn't think about it when I was riding the bike because, the bike just floats over all that stuff. But the car, you bang a dang bump pretty hard. Don't want to do that. But that's where we're at right now. But so far on this Temu jump starter, it seems like a pretty good little piece of equipment. I got it in the trunk of the car now, in case if the battery goes for any reason. I checked the water in the battery; it's all the way up. There's no problem with that. It's got a plastic cover, but you just take a little screwdriver and it peels right off. And then all the fluids were up, so that's good. And the bike had to put a little bit in the bike battery. I had one of the cells was down, not a lot, but it still had. When I tried to start it, we had a real cold day, and it started, but it was cranking real slow. And I've got synthetic oil in it. It shouldn't be that slow. I think it was just the battery that took a hit. And then we rode it, and then this time it's cranking no problem. Just fires right up. So, and added the water in it. And the bad thing is what people don't get on these batteries, if you just start them up and let them idle, they're not charging. You have to be up to a certain RPM before they'll start charging. And so, you gotta take them for a ride. You can't just think, okay, I'm going to charge it by letting it idle in the garage. No, it doesn't work that way, and that's a shame. I wish it would, but that Temu charger, it also has a charger feature. I was reading in the instruction manual. It not only has, I can charge my phones. I can do all kinds of stuff like that with it, because it's got outlets, HDMI and the C-type. But you can you put it on the zapper. You got to push a special button for that on the side, and that is for starting. It says it right on it. It's for starting. Or you can clamp it onto the thing and hit charge, and it'll take whatever power it has and put it into a battery, charge it. In case if you don't want to zap the battery, you can just leave it on charge for a while, just like a trickle charger or something. But that's pretty cool. That's a pretty nice feature. And like I say, using it, it didn't get real hot or anything. It's just I got to use the heavy duty cord to charge it because it's a 6,000 amp charger. So, but it's pretty sweet. It seems to be pretty good. I was looking at the clamps on it, the clamp onto the battery. They're not real big. That's the bad thing about them. But they look like they're very well made. It's not real cheesy or anything. The little joints that are where it connects the cable, it's all soldered and bolted down tight in there. I thought, okay, and the cables are plenty big. You know, they're not little shitty ones. So for $50, so far so good, guys. You know, I know a lot of people say a lot of the stuff from Temu's junk. It could wind up being that. I don't know because I haven't tried it on a car battery or anything yet. But it's in the car, and if the battery ever goes dead, I'm ready. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Still tire easy. They rescheduled my appointments. I missed a couple, and VA sent me a letter saying, hey, you know, you missed these appointments. You can't miss 3 or they stopped the funding for those guys. So I called the lady and I told her it wasn't my fault. I didn't. So she marked them off. She got rid of those. So it's not my fault because it's just they didn't come pick me up. You know, they were supposed to. And you can't, when I call the VA, I get a person every time. And if you call somebody who gave you their office number or something, you get somebody, which is a really nice feature. And they're super nice down there. But when you call this university hospital, everybody you call, you get a stupid message that says, I'll call you back in a day or two. You know, leave a message. You don't get a person. You get an operator. And the operators get frustrated too because they send you to somebody. I have the girl's cell phone that just kept going to her message. You know, why can't she even look? You know, I needed a ride that day. So they rescheduled my appointments. I'll be going down there and having them look me over real good because they're the main doctor over there released me, but then they found out I missed these appointments, so they didn't want to. They have to all release me to go back to the VA, and then you know, like I said, when I was talking to the main doctor, I told him about the Australian fellow that said his brother took him about 9 months, and he was saying, yeah, that's about right. But today I had a bunch of really good food at the Smorgasbord. And then on the way back, I went through the old neighborhoods where I used to live. And was showing my wife some stuff, you know, kind of the drive down memory lane. And I think we're going to be in real good shape because I don't think I'll get Alzheimer's because she got me a memory foam pillow. So I'm all set now, guys. So, but I don't know. I think I'm on the mend. It's just you know, I'm resigned myself that it's going to take a good while. I am gaining weight. I ate a lot today. I figured I went there for 2 of us. It was $29.50, and I think I had 4 or 5 plates of food. And over there at Fuji's, boy, they got really good food in there, and I like it because it's real hot. I used to know a Smorgasbord. You go there and some of the food isn't hot anymore. This place, the food's real hot. It's cooked good. I've never seen anything that's underdone or overcooked. We love the place. We've been there 3 or 4 times already. So, you know, and we'll go back. We'll take the kids again probably next month. So I'm going to let you go. And this is Rickshaw out.